The epitome of corruption, the apogee of corruption, and that is why
he says that those are mere allegations, and the people who made these allegations were unable to substantiate these allegations. Isn't that right?
Yeah, he says so. You don't expect him to admit. I mean, he wouldn't admit. But ask Akufo-Addo, the 800 million he added to the Ameri deal, where was he taking that $800 million to? $800 million. That's why he added to the Ameri deal. And then he had to use Boakye Jaku as a scapegoat and sacked him and said he was misled. Akufo-Addo was running away with $800 million. That one too, is an allegation. What was his response? Didn't he say that he was misled? Meanwhile, Boakye Jaku says he wasn't involved in the transaction beyond a certain point. He says the transaction was between Akufo-Addo and Gabi. And they added $800 million and they were caught. That one is an allegation. Why doesn't he mention the $800 million?
Mr. Kpebu, you come in as a neutral voice.
Yeah.
We want to find out from you, do you think things would have been different if NDC were to be in the driving seat?
Well, that's difficult to tell because, you see, in 2016, at the last end, that's the same way JM behaved. We were telling him that, listen, we don't like those levels of corruption, right? But he wouldn't listen. That's why we voted against him. Except that we didn't know Akufo-Addo is worse than JM. That's the plain truth. Nobody anticipated that Akufo-Addo would be worse than JM. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, right? They are together. If Bawumia wasn't corrupt, he couldn't have coexisted with Akufo-Addo like that. Nobody knew. We all thought that being a lawyer, and you see, one thing that resonated with us was that he said, Akaminahi, and he was 73. For crying out loud, a 73-year-old tells you that Akaminahi, he meant that any moment he could die. And it's true, he could have died at any moment. So we believe that this man, from our socialization, he will want to go to heaven. So not even one city will get missing. But here is a man who attempted to take our $800 million and was caught. That one, is it an allegation?
Okay.
Is the $800 million an allegation? Okay. He just said Boakye Jaku deceived him. Can you imagine? How can somebody deceive you over $800 million?
Okay. You just said Akufo-Addo is a